Ever since the first Silent Hill game in 1999, fans have always wanted more. With 4 main entries in the series and a number of spin-offs, it's easy to forget the games that never saw the light of day. Today, we speak about the unreleased Silent Hill projects and why we never got a chance to play or see them. After the success of Silent Hill Origins, Com.X Studios had the green light from Konami to make another Silent Hill game. This project eventually turned into Silent Hill Shattered Memories, but it was originally pitched and called Silent Hill Cold Heart. In 2013, Com.X Studios gave away several copies of the original pitch document for Silent Hill Cold Heart during their Facebook competitions. Cold Heart was supposed to be about a college student named Jessica Chambers who was struggling with nightmares and insomnia. After speaking with a psychiatrist, she decides to visit her parents, but due to being caught in a blizzard, she starts to follow an ambulance that leads her to the town of Silent Hill. The Nintendo Wiimote played a big part on how the game would be controlled. Players would get phone calls through the Wiimote speakers and aim their weapons and flashlight at enemies, as well as using it for attacks. The game's puzzles would have been real physical interactions, allowing you to grab items or twist or turn or crank. Other features included a frozen world with environment-based missions. There is also a real-world psychological terror inside the game. It was based on psychological profiles created by the actions that you take during flashbacks in Jessica's therapy sessions. This allowed the game to play on your fears while changing story events, dialogue, monsters, combat, items, camera field of view, lighting, atmospheric effects, and sound cues. So much more was going to be in this game, but unfortunately, we may never get to play it. Com.X Studios was also working on another Silent Hill game that was supposed to be a PlayStation 3 exclusive using the Unreal Engine 3. The plot would have focused on Alessa Gillespie's influence spreading outside of Silent Hill. The protagonist's father, Hector Santos, was traveling from El Paso, Texas to Arizona to help his niece Anna. The Arizona town would begin to change and shift as it slowly becomes corrupted by Alessa's past memories. Father Santos would have the ability to perform holy rituals with water as one of the key items to purify environments. Creatures would have included demon nurses, miners, mumblers, cockroaches, mobs, bees, and even Pyramid Head. The project was declined by Konami and it was converted into a standalone survival horror titled Broken Covenant. For the purpose of the pitch, the team used Silent Hill Origins assets and its main character Travis Grady, which was not intended for the final game. Konami declined that as well. Broken Covenant was supposed to be published in an episodic format. After it failed to seek any interest from any other publishers, it was shelved for good. In 2006, WayForward Technologies was working on a Silent Hill for the Nintendo DS. They built a one-room tech demo using assets from Silent Hill 2. The game was pitched to Konami, but was turned down. Konami was not entirely dismissive, but they did not want to venture into Nintendo DS gaming at that time. Silicon Knights began to work on Two Human for Microsoft and pitched a Silent Hill game called The Box. The Box was going to be an open-world survival game for the PS3 and Xbox 360. Silicon Knights soon partnered with Sega to produce the game. This was signed and approved by Sega and renamed to The Ritualist, but later sold to THQ. However, due to THQ's financial difficulties at the time, the game had to be cancelled and they focused on the Darksiders instead. There is no known media for the Ritualist development, and the game was cancelled in 2009. An original unreleased Silent Hill graphic novel was planned for release in November 1999 from publisher Com.X. This was supposed to be a 70-page original graphic novel adaptation of the original game, but for an undisclosed reason, the book was never published. Supposedly, this was due to a conflict between Konami parent company and its European branch, which planned the release.
僕はこういうところでサイレントヒルをどうのこうのっていうのを最近よくインタビューでも答えてますので、この間社長に呼ばれまして、作ってくれと言われましたんで、ちょっと困っているところですね。
You know, honestly, in the past, I've mentioned Silent Hill in interviews, saying that perhaps we could do it with the Fox engine. And as a result of that, you know, the president of Konami actually called me and said, "Hey, I want you to make the next Silent Hill." So I'm not sure what I'll do about that right now.
Watch out. The gap in the door. It's a separate reality. The only me is me. Are you sure the only you is you?
In August 2014, a mysterious demo called PT, which was short for Playable Teaser, dropped on the PlayStation Store. It was marketed as a small horror project by an unknown studio called 7780s. It quickly gripped players with its claustrophobic corridors, cryptic puzzles, and unrelenting tension. But here's the kicker. Once you solved its final puzzle, a trailer revealed it wasn't just a demo.
Dad was such a drag. Every day he'd eat the same kind of food, dress the same, sit in front of the same kind of games. Yeah, he was just that kind of guy. But then one day he goes and kills us all. He couldn't even be original about the way he did it. I'm not complaining. I was dying of boredom anyway. But guess what? I will be coming back, and I'm bringing my new toys with me.
It was the first glimpse of Silent Hills, a new chapter in the legendary horror franchise helmed by gaming visionary Hideo Kojima alongside horror legend Guillermo del Toro, with Norman Reedus set to star. PT wasn't just a teaser, it was a phenomenon. It was released on August 12 of 2014 and racked up over 1 million downloads in just a month. Players called it one of the scariest experiences ever crafted. Even at just an hour long, Kojima, fresh off his Metal Gear Solid triumphs, had teamed up with Konami in 2012 after their president personally asked him to revive Silent Hill. He brought in Del Toro, a filmmaker obsessed with monsters and dread, and promised a game so terrifying that it would make you rethink your entire life choices. Development kicked off using Kojima's Fox engine, and PT was the proof of concept, a taste of the nightmare to come. But behind the scenes, things were already unraveling. By 2015, cracks were forming between Hideo Kojima and Konami, his employer for nearly 30 years. Kojima was deep into finishing Metal Gear Solid 5: The Phantom Pain, a sprawling, ambitious project that was reportedly bleeding money and time. Konami, meanwhile, was shifting gears. Under new CEO Hideki Hayakawa, they saw a future in mobile gaming and pachinko machines. Tensions boiled over. In March 2015, reports surfaced that Kojima and his senior staff were planning to leave Konami after Phantom Pain shipped. Konami started scrubbing Kojima's name from promotional materials, demoting his studio, Kojima Productions, to contractor status.
Max Goble here for IGN News. A series of curious events have occurred recently, causing confusion about the state of Metal Gear Solid 5 and creator Hideo Kojima's relationship with Konami. It all started from a Reddit thread, which later found its way to NeoGAF, in which users noted that Kojima's name was being removed from Metal Gear Solid 5 artwork. Furthermore, Kojima Productions, the development studio responsible for the series, also appears to have vanished out of existence, while its Los Angeles counterpart had been renamed Konami Los Angeles Studios.
Rumors swirled of power struggles, creative clashes, and a company fed up with Kojima's perfectionism. And Silent Hills was caught in the crossfire. The first public hint of doom came on April 26 of 2015 at a San Francisco Film Society event. Guillermo del Toro broke the news to fans that Silent Hills was canceled. The next day, Norman Reedus tweeted his heartbreak, confirming the worst. Konami stayed silent until the backlash forced their hand. On April 27, they issued a statement: the embryonic Silent Hills project will not be continued. 2 days later, they also removed PT from the PlayStation Store, erasing it from anyone who hadn't already downloaded it. Fans were furious. Petitions racked up nearly 200,000 signatures, begging Konami to reconsider. But the damage was already done. The breakup wasn't pretty. Sources claim that Kojima was locked in a separate room during Phantom Pain's final months, cut off from his team as a punishment. Kojima wanted to push boundaries, while Konami wanted to make safe bets. By December 2015, after Phantom Pain launched into acclaim, but with an infamously unfinished story, Kojima was out. He took his team, reformed Kojima Productions as an independent studio, and left Silent Hills behind.
It doesn't matter whether it seems to be a premiere of 24 or an opening of a film. The only thing I seem to ever sign are posters of Snake from Metal Gear Solid. You guys rock. Have a great night. Thanks a lot.
Thank you very much, Kiefer, for accepting that award. And as you noticed, Hideo Kojima is not here with us tonight, and I want to tell you a little bit about that. Mr. Kojima had every intention of being with us tonight, but unfortunately he was informed by a lawyer representing Konami just recently that he would not be allowed to travel to tonight's awards ceremony to accept any awards.
Konami kept the IP, but their focus shifted. No AAA Silent Hill game followed for nearly a decade, just pachinko machines and a lingering bitterness from fans. Kojima did not waste any time. He teamed up with Sony, reunited with Ritas and Del Toro, and poured his energy into Death Stranding, which was released in 2019. It wasn't Silent Hills, but it carried echoes of that lost vision. It was strange, unsettling, and unique. Meanwhile, PT became a legend. PS4s with the demo installed sold for thousands online. Fans rebuilt the game in Unreal Engine only for Konami to shut those projects down. The teaser's legacy lived on, inspiring games like Resident Evil 7. But the real Silent Hills never got past early concepts. Today, Silent Hills is one of gaming's greatest what if. Konami has moved on with new Silent Hill projects like Silent Hill F and Silent Hill 2 Remake. What do you think? Could Silent Hills have been the horror game to end all horror games? Would you have loved to play these canceled games? Let us know below. Also, if you've got PT, you better hold on to it. It is now a piece of history.